We have all been there, the weekly grocery run with the kids in tow. It can feel like an impossible mission, right? But what if I told you that trip down the aisles could actually become one of the most practical financial lessons you could ever give them? In this explainer, we're going to look at exactly how to turn that chore into a genuinely valuable learning opportunity.
Let's be honest. We start with the best of intentions. We want to teach them about value, about choices, about budgets. And then it happens. Our helpful explanation turns into a sermon, and you can almost see the exact moment you lose them. It's the classic eye roll, the signal that our well-meaning lesson has gone completely off the rails.
You know what? Let's give this phenomenon a name, the shopping sermon. It's that moment we turn from parent into preacher, delivering a monologue about needs versus wants in the cereal aisle. And look, we've all done it, but the key thing to realize is there is a much, much better way.
The main problem with the shopping sermon is that it's a one-way street. We're talking at our kids, not with them. The temptation to justify every single decision, why we're buying this brand of yogurt, why that sugary drink isn't on the list, is huge. But all it does is turn a shared experience into a boring lecture they never signed up for.
So, what's the fix? Well, it's a fundamental shift in mindset. It means we stop telling them everything and we start showing them everything. This is the aha moment where we realize that our actions in the store are teaching a lesson that's way louder and clearer than any speech we could ever give.
And this is the principle at the heart of it all: education by example. Just think about it for a second. Kids are expert observers. They absorb our habits, our attitudes, and our behaviors like little sponges. And when it comes to money, what they see us do will always, always be more powerful than what they hear us say. This slide just perfectly contrasts the two approaches. On the left, you have the sermon. It's full of commands and restrictions. On the right, the example is active and collaborative. Notice the difference. Instead of hearing, "You can't have that," your kid sees you put something back on the shelf. Instead of getting orders, they see you comparing prices. The entire energy is different, shifting from conflict to cooperation. Okay, so we get the principle, but how do we actually put it into practice? Let's dive into a set of simple, concrete strategies you can use on your very next trip to the store. Here are 4 easy steps. First, get them involved by giving them a job. It makes them feel like part of the team. Second, use questions instead of commands to get their critical thinking going. Third, keep your explanations super short to hold their attention. And finally, the most important step: model the behavior you want to see. Your actions are the real lesson here. And this question right here, this is your secret weapon. Instead of saying, "We're getting the store brand because it's cheaper," you ask, "Okay, we've got 2 options. What do you think is the better choice, and why?" This tiny shift turns them from passive passengers in the cart to active decision makers. It empowers them, respects their intelligence, and teaches critical thinking on the spot. All right, let's make this even more real. Theory is one thing, but what does this actually look like in practice? In aisle 5 when your kid is begging for the cartoon character cookie box. This slide shows how to handle those tricky moments. A great tactic is to set a small, free choice budget before you even go in, which gives them some autonomy within limits. When the inevitable "I want this" happens, you respond calmly, validating their want. "I see you want that, but it's not on our list today." It's not a hard no, it's a "not today." And sales? They're perfect mini lessons on the difference between a low price and good value. So when it all comes down to it, what are we really trying to teach here? What's the ultimate goal of this whole approach? The real lesson is this: grocery shopping isn't a stage for a morality play about the dangers of spending. It's a real, recurring opportunity. It's a chance to connect with your kids, to teach responsibility, and to build healthy money habits in a practical, low-stakes environment. So the bottom line, the one thing to take away from all of this, is to keep the conversation warm and short. The goal isn't to win an argument or prove a point. The goal is to build a foundation of financial literacy through positive, brief, and consistent interactions. The tone you set is absolutely everything. In the end, every family is different. These strategies are our starting point. So the real question becomes, how will you adapt these ideas to make your next shopping trip an easy and maybe even enjoyable lesson for your child?